You can look at even Don Rickles making fun of President Reagan. President Reagan.
Good evening, Mr. President. Nice to see you, sir. And your lovely wife, Nancy. It's a big treat for me to fly all the way from California to be here for this kind of money.
I love sometimes, you can't help it, but everybody will listen to comments, even though I heard 80% of the comments are bots. This is what I just found out, that most of these people that respond to your videos are bots. Crazy. But either way, you still got to check them and you still think it's real. And a lot of times when I do a political joke, people say, yo, why don't you stick to comedy and not politics? Or, you'd be funnier if you weren't so political. These are people who don't do comedy. These are people who don't know shit about comedy. These are people who are not performers, never done stand-up or even improv, and they try to suggest what you should be doing. First of all, I pay my taxes. Wish I wouldn't have to. I pay my taxes. I vote. I do all of these things. Isn't that politics? Taxes, right? When politicians are talking about, they talk about taxes, right? What about voting? Isn't that how you get Okay, so I am involved in politics already. So why would I not talk about it? Because it affects my life, right? It affects any comedian. It affects all our lives. Comedians are not exempt from this. It affects our lives. Yeah, so when one of you civilians, degular mother gets on my social media and goes, oh, you need to stick to politics, that doesn't make any sense. You understand? And most of you who say that are not political pundits. You didn't go to law school. You're not a professional. You watch the same news I watch, because I have friends that are in politics. I have friends that are in politics and all different levels of politics, lawyers, all kinds. And here you come, wherever the you work, to tell me to stick to, like I said, I wish you guys would keep that same energy and come to a live show and say it in the front row, but you won't do that. But anyway, comedy and politics have always come together, always been hand in hand. Definitely, yeah. They made fun of presidents all the way into the 1800s. They would do it in magazines, in caricatures. They make fun of everybody. Lincoln, all of those guys, Harding, everybody got made fun of. Even the Correspondents' Dinner. Jimmy Carter got made fun of. Reagan got made fun of. Gerald Ford got made of. Bill Clinton got made fun of. The Bushes got made fun of. Everybody got made fun of. They all had correspondence dinners and could take a joke. But for some reason, this era of you Trump supporters have no sense of humor. Some of you walk out of comedy clubs. You start crying like little. You talk about my daddy, I gotta go. What the man? Have a sense of goddamn humor. You act like he don't do a lot of funny ass because he does, even if he can't help it. So there's nothing wrong with that. This happens all the time. It goes hand in hand. How could you not make fun of politics? Because you guys have more clowns in politics than you do the circus. So I'm going to stick to both. Thanks a lot.